After shrooms, I think I'm good.
Exactly. Yeah, but stick to that. You should get an alert.
All right, now here we go. Welcome everyone to the awesemo.com Fly Before Lock show, where we don't even know what holiday weekends are. We just show up and just keep grinding for you. We're going to talk some MLB, going to talk some NBA. I'm Chris Spags. I'm joined by the star of this YouTube channel, not wearing a hat today,
No.
Josh Engelman. How's it going, Josh?
It's great. For a second, I got a little confused here. I thought I was on Roto-Grinder's live stream, but apparently this is just still our stuff.
I don't know that website you're talking about, but the buzz on the street is that somebody in the DFS industry has stolen Josh's template of video with his little green screen and appearing in front of a screen capture, which is fun. That's fun.
Shit look
You're an innovator.
Familiar.
I don't look. I mean, that's what happens. You get big enough, people rip shit off. I learned that firsthand in the content industry quite a bit. It's unfair, but that's how it goes.
Not like I've cornered the market on this. I just bit it from like Let's Play videos, but
in the space, you're I think the first to do it. So I'll give you this one little pat on the back that you're giving yourself because you did create something, and then it is now being taken by another popular site.
Yeah. Shout out STL Cards, I guess.
He's apparently, I looked up, so I clicked after you guys talked about it in our Slack chat. There's like some website where you could buy a stake in his DFS like lineups now that I guess they're doing. I would love to do that. If anybody wants to buy stakes in my DFS lineups, please, by all means, let's do that every single night. What a racket.
That's it. That's interesting, I guess. Look, you know, it's like anything else. Would you buy a share of Alex? I'd think about it, depending on the price.
I would, yeah. If they gave me equity in Alex's plays, like as part of our deals, I'd be like, yeah, that's fair. Like, cool, I'm in. Like, sure, no problem. I'll give him great info every day. But yeah, I don't know. We're talking DFS. We don't know the bar for viewership today. I don't know how high it is. Josh was a little more optimistic than I was. I'd like to believe you guys are here because you love us, and we are here for you. But also, I'd like to believe you probably have better things to do. So, I'm willing to be surprised. But I think if we top 100, that's going to be a real shocker.
Nah, we'll be fine. Also, thanks for the haircut shouts, guys.
I'm actually due to get one in the next week, too, because I have a friend coming to stay over. We're going to do lots of activities, and I think I'm actually going to a Saved by the Bell-themed restaurant, so I need to make sure I get a good Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's haircut territory for me. So we might both be hatless in the near future.
Yeah, I got the fresh cut today, so.
Let's talk MLB since, you know, we do have a shitload of games tonight, even though everybody else is cruising to their favorite beach destinations. What pitchers are you going to tonight? Lots of guys at different prices, lots of obscenely high-priced guys. Who are you going with?
Yeah, so FanDuel, the bulk of my exposure will be Stripling, Paxton, Scherzer. Probably a next step down will be Syndergaard and Eduardo Rodriguez. And then DK, same guys, plus Syndergaard, Kluber, Severino. There's a lot of spread out. So, I don't know. It's, I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys in double figures on DK. That could change in the next couple minutes.
What are your thoughts? I mean, so this is a guy. So, okay, today, to be clear, I did consult our rankings a little more than I have on previous Fridays, in which I kind of freeballed it, got a little willy-nilly with things, maybe ended up with some negative guys, because I had a really bad night last night. Like, I had one of the worst scoring nights in my single entry I've had in a while. I'm going. No, it wasn't great. It was. I mean, it was just like Porcello getting rocked was not great.
No, that didn't help.
And the short slate thing, just I had the lineups that were not good. But today I just figured I'll try and use our rankings a little more. Junior Guerra is who I'm on right now, and we have him ranked pretty okay. I think a B in value, like a C in points. Are you going down that cheap, or are you trying to get one of those higher price guys in there?
Yeah, I mean, I've got cheaper guys than that, but I've got, right now on my last crunch, I had 5% Guerra, which is more than we were projecting the field for. So, yeah, I'm fine with Guerra.
What about Sam Gaviglia?
I don't think I have any.
Okay.
No, that's bullshit as well. Same percentage.
His performance versus Oakland made me think he might be a decent play. Philly's actually a worse hitting team versus a righty than Oakland is by a fair amount. And Gaviglio had a pretty good outing last time. I mean, not a great sample size, and the sample size that is there isn't fantastic. I don't know. I was trying to get a little because I just couldn't figure out how to afford Scherzer, and I like Scherzer the most. And like 14,000 on DK is outrageous. I don't think you can fit him at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a bunch of them.
Are you playing DK tonight too?
Yeah, I'm actually playing more on DK than I am on FanDuel right now.
So let's talk stacks. What stacks can you go to with if you're getting Scherzer in there?
Ooh, that's a good question that I don't have an answer to really, but we can get to that. So some of my Scherzer stacks. Sorry, this is not going to be very fast. I just crunched 197 lineups for DraftKings.
Oh, look how many lineups I have. I'm Josh Engelman.
That's exactly how I meant that too,
Just trying to show off how many lineups you can crunch. I get it.
All right, so with Scherzer, I mean, do you have another pitcher you want to tag with him? So I get a lot of Musgrove, Stripling, Mike Minor, Gaviglio.
So I like Stripling as my top pitcher on the slate, and I think he's going to be probably the highest owned according to our current projections. He's at a really good price on DraftKings. The Vegas numbers make sense. His stats make sense. So to me, it's like Stripling and who can I get to? I couldn't figure out a way to do Stripling and Scherzer and make it work.
I have 10 lines of that right now. Mets, White Sox is a prominent one for me. This is an old line, but Rays and Rockies I can get to, but this has Spahn in the Rays lineup, so that's going to change now that he just got traded. But
the old Tim Quarterman.
Yeah, Mets and White Sox look good. I can get to a Mets Red Sox stack. 1, 2, 3, 9 for the Mets. Jackie Bradley, Betts, Devers, and Christian Vasquez for the Red Sox. Like, that's a stack I like that'll be, relatively low owned because you get Vasquez and Ahmed Rosario, two guys that shouldn't have too much ownership. But
basically, you're stacking bottoms of the order if you're going with Scherzer and like Stripling.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna want to get a guy that's probably a bit more off the beaten path because Scherzer Stripling is probably the most popular combination on DK. Or something in that area. Like, if we're projecting Stripling to be where he is and Scherzer to be where he is, then, if they're the two top-owned pitchers, I would expect them to be also, generally speaking, the biggest combination as well. You get into some logistics with people's particular salary, but what are we looking at? 3 and 3 is 9. So you're looking at probably, like, maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 10% of the lineups on DraftKings will have Stripling Scherzer. So if you're doing that, you want to make sure that you're getting at least one stack that's sort of less-ish popular.
Okay, that makes sense. Kicks get asking about NBA. We'll talk NBA a little later. I'm doing NBA tonight, so I'll make Josh talk about it in a little bit.
That's a damn good beer.
What beer are you drinking?
I'm drinking for Memorial Day. Profusion 3.0. It's from, I think, Wilmington Brewing Company, but I could be wrong. Nope, Bill's Brewing Company. It's from Bill's Front Porch. Good to know. I haven't had this yet.
I'm drinking a Deschutes Fresh Squeezed IPA, which I've had before. Very hoppy. It's a little too hoppy for me, but I like trying different things when I see them pop up at the old alcohol store.
This is more of a New England style, so it's pretty citrusy.
I like that. I like it, especially when it's summertime, nice citrus beer. That's my thing. You know what? I don't like sour beers, and one of my best friends likes them, and he fucking trolls me with them every time, and it bothers the shit out of me because they taste like vomit. Like sour beers being a movement chafes my ass more than anything.
I think you got to get a good one, particularly on a hot day. But we've got a place like basically right across the street from me. So a picture like, classic suburbia, but we've had a boost of drinking establishments. And right across the street, we have a place called Sour Barn. It's the sour arm of another brewery in town, but you can't brew those things in the same spot. So they've got a bunch of like rotating pretty decent sours. It's not my idea of like a good time. I can't drink like a bunch of them, but if it's 100 degrees, I'm in for like one.
The only one I've had that I liked was the Captain Lawrence. That was a little fruitier sour, which I can do, but like not the ones that are over like a cucumber sour. Like, come on, I love pickles. I don't want to drink a pickle. No, thank you.
I would drink a pickle.
Yeah, you would. What would you go? Would you go with Musgrave as a number 2 pitcher on DK? He's like $4,000. I think he was in Jake's spotlight pitchers today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. Ooh, all right. I'm surprised by that.
Why? He's good.
Is he good?
Yeah.
Like good, or like good for a guy who's currently priced at $4,000 pitching for the first time this year?
I mean, he should be priced like $2,500 more than what he is. It's more of a pricing error to me than anything else.
Okay, I'm all right with that explanation. I wasn't sure because I did my research and was like, I don't see anything impressive here. And I've been trying to avoid these sort of trappy, super duper low price guys. Even though Sam, what's his face, Graviglio is not dissimilar to me.
So you brought up Junior Guerra before, right?
Yep.
I have Musgrove projected 0.2 points behind Guerra.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, I mean, I like that because like there are a lot of expensive bats I wanted to afford, didn't quite get there. Had to kind of. I guess I think it's hard for me to fade the Rockies. I mean, if you look at our rankings again, if you're a premium member, which I'll always shill every video, so I'm sorry if you watch every live stream, but it is an important part of what we do, and it is an important part of what your lineups can be made of. It's important to kind of know what the grades are, what the ownership percentages would be. But yeah, we had the Rockies, I think, being far and away the best stack, despite them being kind of high priced, and they all grade out really well for me. Like the numbers look really good for some of the high priced guys there. I find them hard to fade, even though obviously there's a logic in doing it.
Yeah, they're actually my second most popular stack now, or at least they were on the last time through. I'm getting a lot more Red Sox.
I like the Red Sox too. I mean, actually, I have my stack right now. I think I went with a 5-2-1 of like Rockies, then Moreland. I think Moreland's going to come in hot. I like the idea of him playing with a little chip on his shoulder and also batting cleanup. But playing with Ramirez being DFA'd. I think is interesting. And then Martinez, too, looks really good to me. Betts does as well.
Agreed.
Benintendi.
I'm going to do my FanDuel crunch now. Only lineup that I don't have yet is the Twins, and I don't expect to get to too much Twins, if at all, because of Paxton. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable right now.
How about Romero in that game?
He grades out pretty well on our website, that's for sure. I don't get to him at all. Wait. Okay, so he grades out really well on FanDuel, not on DK. Okay. But regardless of the fact, I don't have him.
I thought he looked interesting. I didn't get there. Not a fantastic total, and I thought there were a couple pitchers I liked more. I didn't hate it though. So I might be more in line with our website on that one. Never CC Sabathia though. That's usually the one. We'll have to agree to disagree.
Thursday or whatever, you're like, yo, so I was looking at CC Sabathia. Like, I can't do this again.
I think after that last one, I mean, I didn't play him in that one after you talked me out of it. And it was better. It was better without him. You know, I can move forward. I feel
like he held you prisoner or something for like 4 years, and you're just like super apologetic about it.
Ariel Castro'd me real hard. Yeah. The Unbreakable Chris Bags is my new Netflix show in which I try to make a fun deal out of it all. Let's talk. Let's wrap up baseball. Sorry, Kick's good. We will talk Celtic plays, but hang in there. It's too much baseball, not enough basketball. Paxton or Scherzer on DK. If you can get to either one, which would you do? Or let's say, like, is it worth the savings on Paxton?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Dozier scares me a little. Like, if Dozier gets going, then it could be a trickle-down effect.
Yeah, I'm not sweating it. I mean, Dozier's good and all, but I'm not sweating it.
Okay. Which pitcher's DK rating surprised you the most? That's an interesting question.
I actually have a really good answer for this once I just confirmed that I'm thinking of it. Eduardo Rodriguez.
What? I actually don't know what his is because I didn't look at him at all.
It's shit. As if he's not any good. That one surprised me the most by like miles.
So you have a lot of Red Sox. Do you think Tehran's that bad? Like I think the Red Sox are good, like obviously from Vegas perspective, but I don't think Tehran grades out that poorly where like he should be giving up that many runs. Like, does that make sense? I don't know. It seems like they're a little more down on him than they should be.
I am very anti-Tehran. And I don't want to be. I've wanted him to be like the Braves ace. He's just not that person. Let me pull it up here. Oh, come on, Fangrass. What the fuck?
Ooh, Lorenzo Robinson, hot take. Tehran might be the GPP player of the night. I don't know about that, but I don't think he might not be terrible, or he might be not terrible enough to hold the Red Sox at bay. That's my one concern.
So he had 3.5 walks per 9 last year. He's at 4 this year. Gave up a homer and a half in 9 last year. Same this year. He's got a. Here's the key takeaway for me. He's got a 483 xFIP right now, but he's got a 241 BABIP. So he's been lucky, and he's leaving guys on base more than he normally does. Like, he's getting by on I don't know what right now, and I'm not really confident in him.
I would say heart would be my guess. That's not a stat.
No, it's not.
Should be. If there were a way to grade heart, actually, maybe I'll make a spin-off website where I grade like all these sort of completely nebulous analytics that don't exist, like heart and clutch, and just grade them arbitrarily across various sports. I think people would pay for that.
If this also helps, his fastball. I'm looking at the wrong thing. His fastball is down in velocity by 1.5 miles, 1.7 miles per hour from last year. That's fucking terrifying to me. He's just not that guy. So that run total is where it is for an absolute reason.
Okay. Do we have a Rays final lineup? I don't see it on the sites that I checked. Okay. So who is starting in place of Span?
They moved some stuff around. So I don't know who wasn't starting. Maybe Field, if I had to guess. So it's
pretty sure
Brad Miller's leading off now. So I'm guessing.
Yeah, Field was not in the original starting lineup.
Then it looks like Field is the guy that moved into it.
Okay. Here we go. I don't think baseballsavant.mlb.com, Jake Hari's personal site. Jake unfortunately couldn't do a 3-man weave today because he's too busy being young and enjoying Memorial Day. Yeah. And probably too busy refreshing his own personal website to make sure things are on the up and up because he's really passionate about that. That and the Minnesota Twins, his two passions in life.
I stopped calling them the Minnesota Twins and started calling them the Minnesota Jakes this morning.
That's a fun new wrinkle.
I'm all in. I'm all in on it.
The thing that's fun about trolling him is he starts to go along with it, and eventually, like, this is just going to be the narrative. We keep adding these on like a game of Simon, and so he has like 20 different characteristics that are not actually applicable to his life.
Someone commented on I think it was his night shift about how like he's been really good at picking out SP2s, and I was like, yeah, Jake's really good. Some might say he's a baseball savant. I'm in. I'm totally in on any way that we can like troll Jake.
I did say in one of the live streams that he should change his like Twitter name to at the baseball savant just to really further his brand. I mean, look, it's who he is. He's Jake Baseball Savant Hari, and it's silly to question that. There's only one baseball savant, and that's our guy.
I love it.
BVP truthers will attack Clayton Richard tonight. Clayton Richard, still not a great hitting ballpark. Would you play any Padres? Or excuse me, any Dodgers against the Padres?
I have almost no Dodgers, but it's not because I think our boy Clayton's all that great. It's just 4.1 run implied total for the Dodgers, and there's like 1,000 other hitters today.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I think that the Dodgers are not a place that I would go either. Though I do like going with Ross Stripling. Ross Stripling, I mean, me and the rest of the world, I'm sure, but that looks real good. Do we think is Ross Stripling the guy to fade? Do you think out of those high-owned guys?
Not at that price point. What's your alternative then?
Let's see. What would I go with? I mean, I would say Guerra probably then if you were going to fade him. I mean, I'm playing both those guys, so that's not currently my outlook. But you can go down.
I have Stripling projected for 6 more fantasy points than Guerra.
John Gray.
I have Stripling projected higher than Corey Kluber.
Really? I mean, Kluber's not in a great matchup, but that's interesting. Okay.
So, like, that's one where I don't necessarily see the fade. I honestly expected his ownership to be higher than what we're projecting, so I'm kind of happy about it.
If I were going to fade him, actually, you know who I'd go with, and this is possibly a completely wrong one, but he's done well in good matchups, or tough matchups.
Today. Sabathia is not on the slate.
No, Andrew Heaney, I thought about it for a little bit. I was really kind of racking my brain about it.
You should think
like it's obviously a terrible matchup, terrible Vegas total, but he smoked Houston before, and they're, I would say, as good versus lefties as the Yankees are.
He's probably the, I don't know, like third or fourth worst option of the day, I think.
I agree if we're looking at Vegas totals, but if we are playing the variance game, I'm not playing Andrew Heaney, but I gave him a good thought as a pivot off of Stripling. At least on DraftKings, it's $200 less for Heaney.
He's a DD rating on DK for us, just FYI.
He's had some, look, I'm just trying to think a little bit outside the box. Think outside the bun, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, Heaney doesn't grade out well, but
no,
it's a thought. I just remember he didn't grade out well that night versus the Astros either. And what did he do? Mowed him down. Big dog Andrew Heaney was going wild.
Big dog Andrew Heaney, exactly.
He's the Roman Reigns of fantasy baseball.
Well, that makes sense.
Can you pivot off Gray or pivot to Gray off Strip? Yeah. Would you go John Gray at all? I kind of asked that, but I think we blew by it.
I'll have a couple lines of Gray, but you know, he's not a guy you want to have like a bulk amount of in course. That's just sometimes you could have too much. I do have a line or two of John Gray, so I don't want to make it. Ooh, Rockies passed the Red Sox again on my FanDuel stack.
Oh. Yeah, actually, I liked the Reds a little earlier today. I came off of them because I ended up liking a different angle with the Red Sox. I like the Reds. Gray scared me off, though, a little. So I actually don't mind Gray as a potential pivot. But there are a couple guys. I mean, Votto can really do some damage. Jeanette has been doing some damage and is really good. Grades out really well. Schebler even. Winkler actually looked not too terrible to me. So that would be my concern there.
Whatever happened to Macy Gray?
She tried to say goodbye and she choked. Wait, no. That was her song, right?
It was.
Yeah, okay. Okay, good. Whew. Thank God. That was a tough reference to pull out of nowhere.
I'm proud of you for that one, honestly.
Thank you.
Seriously, though, she was good. Did she go nuts?
I think she was a little off the beaten path, and I think she was kind of a one-hit wonder too, and not really talented enough, like vocally, to stick with it.
Ah, she had such a unique voice. I feel like she'd do really well on The Voice.
Yeah, and I also think she would probably be like better received if she came out now. That song maybe not, but I think her whole vibe would fit kind of the era a little more now. What do you think of playing guys like Stripling who have limited upside but come in cheap? I mean, clearly Josh has been in favor of it today. I usually am too. I feel like I've been taking that path and it's been incorrect a few times, so I've been trying to deviate a little. But what do you think, Joshua?
I don't think that Stripling has limited upside.
You think Stripling is this good? You're like fully. Would you say he's better than Walker Buehler for grading Dodgers young pitchers?
No, but like they're in the same sort of area.
Very pro Dodgers. I got to go to a Dodgers game. Actually, I got an invite from DraftKings to go to something next week where some of their VIP bullshit, where it's like, I guess I shouldn't say bullshit because I probably might go, but it's like we go bullpen session or something with a legend. So it might be interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'll pick up something and bring it to the live stream.
There you go.
Pick up some hot goss on the Dodgers pitching staff. Drew N is fading. Drew N is fatting Stripling, so I assume that would be fading Stripling. And if Drew N is doing it, do the opposite. So Stripling, lock of the night. Put it down. Acuna or Para on DK?
Jesus, we get the weirdest questions sometimes. What do I have Acuna at? 9, 3, 7, 42, and then Para. Oh, good. They're fucking right next to each other. That makes this shit way easier. Oh, man. Acuna for sure. Unless you're already like stacking up more guys with Para. Acuna projected with very low ownership, and I have their projections relatively close together. So give me the guy with less ownership in that case, especially in baseball.
I also think people are lumping Para into that whole like, oh, the Rockies are going to go off tonight narrative. Para doesn't really grade out that well. Like, I get he's in a good spot. I don't love him tonight. I mean,
if we're talking about just one-offs, it's that answer is very easily Acuna for me.
Yeah, I agree. I would take Acuna. Hold on. Somebody's asking about the Tigers. What do you think about the Tigers?
Scary animals, man. Scary animals.
Was Lorenzo? Were you the one who offered up the Reds the other night, or was it that other guy? I think Conrad was taking credit, but I feel like Lorenzo might have been the one who was offering up the Reds. That was a pretty savvy play.
Tigers are my 7th most owned stack on FanDuel right now.
Okay, that's in the mix. That's okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, let's talk NBA. Pull up some NBA, Josh. Then we'll do home runs. We'll do a special Memorial Day weekend home runs, guaranteed to hit a dong tonight. Because, I mean, why wouldn't they when we pick it?
All right, I'm gonna do my DraftKings crunch in the background while I get this going. So you lead it off, and then I'll come in and say some things that nobody gives a fuck about when it comes to draft or when it comes to my NBA thoughts.
Okay, so for NBA tonight, I think. So a popular optimizer site, who still remains nameless despite the fact that I continue to not name them, but eventually it'll work out in my favor. They are really pushing lineups with 5 Celtics and 1 Cavalier as your options if you use their projections. I don't think that's the case. I think that a lot of people are going to think like, oh, I should fade LeBron again because that's what won the other night. I would not fade LeBron in an elimination game. Like that seems to me like suicide in a GPP where you're just playing one game. So yeah, I think there's no price I wouldn't pay for LeBron. LeBron has to be in there. I think that there aren't a ton of super cheap guys. I actually would play Brown. I think if I were ranking guys, I would play Brown, Rozier, Horford, Tatum. I think Tatum is pretty far down the list for me just because I think his ownership's going to be pretty high. He's priced up after the big game. I don't see him doing that again. I have a little bit of him if you're playing a bunch of lineups or a handful of lineups even, but I don't think you should go nuts on Tatum. People are going to chase that score really hard, so I'm not crazy about that. And on the Cavs side, I think that J.R. Smith is interesting. We have him as being a pretty good value. He's actually cheaper than like Larry Nance, which is crazy for a guy getting 30 minutes of the game. So JR seems like he should be due for some regression. Nance still looks okay. Clarkson would be my for our guy Makad, who is always asking for the Shabazz Muhammad of the night, my super cheap guy who has a snowball's chance in hell of being valuable. And I think it's Clarkson tonight. Then I think that Clarkson actually could be pretty valuable depending upon how things break. But again, a guy who still gets not great minutes, so play him with some degree of risk and somewhat sparingly. But any sorts of thoughts, Josh, about that word vomit I offered up?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous because I think this is another night where I think the Celtics might win and close this out, and this is the end of LeBron in Cleveland.
It wouldn't surprise me from a narrative standpoint. I would say that, but the Vegas total really says Cavs.
Yeah, it does. So I would never this is the same thing I said 2 nights ago. I would put $25 on the Celtics money line and buy a steak if it won. I like Tristan Thompson tonight.
Oh yeah, Thompson. I agree. I think he's due for a little bit of bounce back. Being back at home too, probably nice for him.
It's a decent price point. I'm just nervous about the Celtics. I'm not a huge Jeff Green fan tonight. He's been really bad in this series. Mm-hmm. I'm not confident in him being a reason that the Cavs win. Although, you never know. I like Tatum at that price. I like Tatum more than I like Brown.
Ownership's going to be high on Tatum. I mean, obviously it's going to be high on a lot of guys, but he just put up a 55 fantasy points the other night. And after we talked about him, you were in favor of him then. So, I mean, to your credit, I played the other side of that, and I both literally played the other side of that, barely played him in my lineups. He did well, but he doesn't often do well 2 in a row.
I am really smart when it comes to that stuff.
Look, the price was right, and I think that alone should have been more than the home game thing. I just don't see him doing it again on the road in this spot. Like, he's a rookie still. There is a limit, I think, to what a rookie can do.
Yeah, look, I get it. I think rookies are different now. They've got too much life experience.
Well, so let's not even say like a rookie, but like just the guy can do. Like, he's not a superstar player yet. I mean, he is structurally, but he's not really like, he's not the high usage rate guy. He's not that dude. He's actually got lower usage than Jaylen Brown and more comparable to Horford, honestly. So like, I think to me, like, he's just not there yet. So to me, that game seems more like an aberration than it does like he's going to do that again.
No, I
think he's very talented, and I think he's going to be a great player, but I just don't. I would fade him more than not tonight. I don't know. It's tough, man. These little single game slates are tough, but like the games are really fun to watch, especially if you're still in the mix. If you're not, you're just done in like the second quarter.
I fell asleep last night again watching the Rockets Warriors game, but I fell asleep like right at the end of the third quarter, I think, and I woke up for the last like 90 seconds. So it was perfect.
You saw the important part. You saw when Chris Paul ruptured his hamstring and for no reason.
Yeah. It's
Chidi Osman.
It's scary.
Yeah, I mean that series it's taken quite the turn. I don't think they can win Game 6 without Paul. That's tough.
I found myself last night for the first time cheering for the Rockets because I thought it gave the Cavs a better chance to win the series or win the title.
That was, I think, maybe a Simmons podcast. Some podcast I was listening to this morning where they were like, or it might be the NBA group chat show on that the Ringer has, where they were like, yeah, like I think LeBron will play harder because like he sees the Warriors might lose in the West, and he thinks he might be able to beat the Rockets, so he probably won't completely phone it in tonight.
He's
maybe
going regardless.
I think though, like his effort. You're right. His effort is a bit of a concern tonight. Like I think there's still logic in playing 50% LeBron. I just wouldn't be like play less than the field on LeBron. Because there is a chance though he does that thing that he does where he just like pouts and just lets them bury themselves and then just kind of throws his shoulders and just fucking does that thing.
Yeah, he needs to hope that like Chetty Osman doesn't bang his mom or something, because the last time that happened he had a real negative series. This guy. And speaking of Chetty Osman, Antoine Murphy advocating for Chetty Osman, I don't think. I would not say that unless he's not getting minutes if he just slayed Gloria Bryant. I think that's her name.
No, she's Gloria James, isn't she?
Wait, why did I say Bryant?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Gloria. It's Gloria James for sure. I don't know why I said Bryant.
Thought maybe you're giving her a different name, or you were mixing her with Kobe. Is there something you don't know about her having sex with Kobe Bryant?
I don't know. What I should have said was Gloria West.
Delonte West, very out of the public consciousness now.
Yeah, because he's like homeless in Philly. Some shit.
Oh, that's a downer. LeBron might have submarined his career. Who knows after that?
To be fair, I don't blame him. If all of that shit is true, I don't have a problem with Bron nuking Delonte West. Like,
his mom is an adult. She can get dick wherever she pleases.
I guess. That's a rough one.
No, it's not the best. It's not the best. Let's go back to baseball. We talked. That's enough basketball. We'd circle back if people have questions and stuff. But I think it's sort of self-evident what the things to go to on that slate are. Baseball thoughts on Braves being a sneaky contrarian stack or mini stack?
I don't know. Let's take a look. I haven't had much of them all day, but the line has moved kind of positively for them, and they have decent pricing on DK. My final what should be my final DK crunch is running right now. I I think you can get to a mini stack of the Braves. Albies, Acuna, Freeman, Kurt Suzuki. Yeah, I don't have much of a problem there.
Yeah, I think that's especially if, Rodriguez does not grade out well. So maybe that could be a nice time for the Braves to strike. Your Braves beating Boston in Boston.
Camargo, too, if you need like a third baseman or shortstop that's cheap in that Braves stack. He hits lefties a lot better than he hits righties.
Oh, wow, yeah. 373 OBP. That's nice. Actually, yeah, I don't mind the stack at all. That's a good call by whoever. Matthew Protowile, I believe.
I have a little bit of them.
Doesn't look bad. I mean, like, given how badly Rodriguez gets hit sometimes and gives up a lot of fly balls, there's some logic there. Josh, how can I get all teams to show up in my lineups on unnamed optimizer site?
I don't understand the question. What do you mean? Do you get? Do you not have like all of the teams?
You have to enter the Game Genie code.
Yeah, Red Sox, Yankees, all the good teams are locked. So you got to beat Osimo to unlock it. He's the boss. I'm not even trying to be funny. I don't understand the question.
No, I don't either. Maybe he means like stack them. I don't know. We didn't do our home run picks, so we have to do that. What is the Dong pick? Current standings, by the way, still 4-2. 4 for me, 2 for Jake, the baseball savant Hari, and 1 for old Josh Engelman with the fresh cut. What are you picking tonight, Josh?
Well, Jesus Christ, I'm not ready.
You should have the pick ready. You should just know. Actually, I don't have mine either, but it's easier to put you on the spot than it is myself.
Reasonable. That's reasonable.
See, Drew N mentioning my guy makes me not want to pick that guy. It's ruining it.
I know what I'm going to do. This is going to be really fun. I've got Daniel Palka.
Oh!
I'm so excited.
I like that because I had a pretty decent interest in the White Sox. I wanted to go Moncada, Davidson, I think Palka and somebody else. And I actually do have Moncada right now, but I won't pick him for the home run thing because that didn't work out for us last time.
What did I have last night?
When we picked, so people on the live stream, we haven't talked about this yet. We both picked Cubs to hit home runs, and then they were, no hit for 6 innings?
Yeah, it was fucking bad.
by like a garbage pitcher. I mean, not garbage, but a unproven pitcher.
I mean, I had twice the field on the Cubs, too. That whole process was shit. Who did I have last night?
I don't know.
I can't remember who I had last night. Do you remember who you had last night? I don't remember who anyone had. I was only in here for like 10 seconds.
I think I had Chirinos yesterday.
Yeah. Wait, I had a Ranger then too, I think.
Oh, you had Rua.
Oh, I did.
Who did Jake? I don't know. Jake, I have no clue who he had. Jake's got to do a better job of advertising his picks. So for me, I guess I'm going to go Charlie Blackmon.
What a hero.
Fuck. Why is whenever I make a pick that? Why?
He probably won't go yard. Not a lot of people hit home runs at Coors.
Fine. No,
it's
fine.
Fine. It's fine. I'm just fucking.
No, because I look at my stack. That's usually what I do. Like I look at whenever I like the best, and I think back about the numbers. Because the other pick in my lineup is Moncada, and I don't want to do the same thing we did last time where we look like assholes doubly then, especially against that pitcher. Like Hess is awful.
Oh my god! I can't believe you took somebody from Coors, you coward.
It's fine. You know what? Everybody come at me if you want to get me. Like, it's still hard to do this. I picked Giancarlo Stanton. He didn't hit a home run. So, whatever. I just like this guy. I can't pick. I would have picked Dahl, but Drew N keeps calling him out, and I can't pick somebody Drew N does in good conscience. That's just who I am.
It's going to be awful when the Yankees play in Colorado and you're like, can I just get Stanton or Judge?
I won't do that. I won't do that. I also feel like I earned a little bit of slack given that I did choose weirdos in the beginning and was right.
Fine.
Get some slack, maybe.
Fine.
Whatever. I'm not doing it every night. It's whoever jumps out to me. And like Blackman, I've never gone off Blackman at all today. Like I switched my stacks around. I'm only doing a single entry. That's just what I've been doing, just to kind of, I don't know, still spend so much on NBA basically. Just Blackman's been my guy.
The irony of him being a white man.
Very white. Big old beard too.
Yeah.
Is Sano okay for a third baseman in DK?
I mean, depends what your definition of okay is.
I didn't even know Sano's playing.
Yeah, is he in the lineup?
Yeah, I thought he wasn't.
Nah, well, he's in something. I mean, the answer is no. I would not be playing Sano tonight. He's in the protected lineup.
The Twins lineup hasn't been finalized yet, right?
No. But, no, I would not be playing Sano tonight.
If you were being contrarian against Paxton and you think those Twins can hit Paxton well, I think he's an okay part of that stack. Like, I don't mind him. I wouldn't mind. I said Dozier before. I wouldn't mind.
I mean, if you're going to stack against Paxton, you're going to take the best hitters on the Twins because no one's going to take the hitters on the Twins. So, yeah, I mean, in that regard, sure. But, I mean, fuck, that makes a lot of people in play just because.
Sure.
Like, I think here's the deal. This will make it easy. He has the 22nd best projection for third baseman for me today, regardless of status, and he's a DD rated guy on DK for us. So, no, you shouldn't play him.
It's tough because normally I would go on the side of the double Ds, but I think in that particular circumstance.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd rather go to, like, a solid C. Or even, like, a B with upside.
Well, you know what? The unsung hero of it all are the A's. Just always going without the hype.
That's what I have now.
Hey, you know what? Whatever works. Whatever works. Josh, how much Syndergaard do you have on FanDuel?
14%.
I was so precise. I didn't know you would know that offhand. But okay.
I had this sheet up in front of me.
Fair enough. Okay.
I wasn't just like top of the head type shit.
I'm always seeing you on delay on the YouTube stream, so it's always surprising. But fair. If you had to choose a single lineup in FanDuel, which would it be?
You want me to give you a single lineup? I can't. That's not how this works.
Just give him your lineup.
Do you mean
give
like
him the lineup.
A single like a team? Like I would pick the Red Sox lineup.
No, just like pick one of your favorite FanDuel lineups and just give it up. Why don't you stop being a bitch?
No, because the day I roll through that shit and I'm just like, it's this one. It'll be the day that 25 people pick it and it hits, and it's like, cool. I won $600.
What a question. Sorry, Pedro Ramos, but that's an outrageous request. Make my lineup for me for free. But you know, the thing is, maybe he wouldn't use your lineup. He would like make one or two pivots and then beat you with your own lineup.
Yeah, that would be really great for us.
What a fun
beer
stream.
Is really good, FYI.
Give the people the name again, because I actually don't remember what it was.
Yeah, so like no one can probably get this, but it's Profusion 3.0. It's from Bill's Brewing Company here in Wilmington.
There you go. So it's a not on beer advocate. It's not a thing that you can grade and rate.
What did I say it was called?
Profusion 3.0, I believe.
I would guess it's on there. Profusion 3.0 beer advocate. Yep, there it is.
What's the rating?
4.28 out of 5.
Okay.
It's only been brewed once, so.
Oh. I don't know if that's a good rating or not, because I feel like with a beer snob website, that might actually be good.
Not a lot of people. There's only 3 ratings, so.
Bastards.
Yeah. I shouldn't even be going to Beer Advocate. I should be going to, fuck, what's it called? Oh, God. What is the other one?
Mr. Beer?
Why can't I remember this?
Ye old beer ratery?
Who did Next Glass buy? Untapped.
Oh, yeah, the app. The app, yeah.
So Next Glass is in Wilmington as well, so I should...
Oh, okay. I have no idea what that is. I know what Untapped is, though. That's like the Foursquare for drinking beers, which always seemed a little assholey for me.
Yeah, Next Glass was like wine ratings.
Okay. Makes sense. That makes sense. Good for Next Glass being the winner in those games. How about Kiner Falifa?
How about him?
Great name.
I have
my bad.
I am way under the field on him on FanDuel and way under the Rangers, which I'm not entirely comfortable about, but sometimes shit happens. And same story on DK. So, what are you gonna do? Twins lineup is out. I have 0 Twins on FanDuel, 0 Twins on DK, so I don't give a fuck.
Would you rather be forced to play one-game NBA slates, or would you rather be able to only start Marlins and Rays, Josh? From Spencer.
Today? I mean, I'm double the field on the Rays today, so it's like 50-50. But no, I would play the NBA, for sure.
How about Pedro Florimon?
I don't think I have any fucking idea what I'm projecting him for today.
I like Charlie Blackmon. Are they related? Perhaps not.
Pedro Florimon has like one of the 20 worst projections I have today.
Ooh. It's not a great cosign on Pedro.
Nah.
Mitch Moreland or Mitch Moreland or Jose Abreu, no site given. If you're giving us an either-or question, a site name is helpful. I'll put that out there for Josh's sake. But Mitch Moreland or Jose Abreu.
I would assume Abreu. White Sox are now my 3rd highest stack on DK, so I'll be over the field on Abreu.
Okay.
Although
I'm playing Moreland right now.
Well, if Moreland's ownership is what we say it is, no, I would still probably rather have Abreu. It's close. I like the Red Sox a lot, and I probably have more. I mean, I do have more Moreland than I do Abreu, but I've got a sneaky suspicion the Red Sox are going to have a little bit more ownership than that. So I think the White Sox, to get Abreu, might be a little bit more valuable because less people will have him. They're comparable.
All right, fine.
I've got Abreu. I've got Moreland projected at 9.6 and Abreu projected at 9.5.
Okay.
So I guess maybe it is Moreland for me. After all,
but barely.
Yeah, it's all about the ownership, really.
What's wrong with Tommy Pham? I think nothing. Tommy Pham looks okay to me tonight.
I don't have him.
Yeah, I didn't play him, but only one lineup.
He grades out really well for us.
Yeah, and I think he's got great power numbers. It's like a lot of stuff to like about him. Any interest in Malik Smith since you're playing the Rays, or are you just sticking to Brad Miller and some of the top of the order?
No, I have the whole fucking team, I think. Yeah, I've got double the field on Malik Smith right now on FanDuel, and 600% more than the field on DK.
Wow. Okay. You're really committed.
Well, that's 6% to 1% in that last scenario, so I just made it sound more aggressive than it was.
Yeah. Fair. Okay. Will the Red Sox and Rockies stacks be too highly owned?
I mean, the Rockies are going to be very highly owned. So I don't know how to answer that one. I'm projected to be like 3 times the field or 2.5 times the field on the Red Sox. So I'm really happy about that one. I'm all in on the Red Sox tonight.
Oh God, why? See, Drew is literally naming guys in my lineup right now and saying they're going to home run, which makes me want to just change my entire lineup. It's just hurting me.
Oh, it makes me so happy.
Can't be. Maybe he's right. He does know that your favorite nickname, guys. Everybody knows in the chat. Josh's favorite nickname, which he doesn't like to tell us. Josh Areno, his favorite nickname in the world.
The funny part is, I have a nickname. No one in this scenario knows it. It's been my nickname my entire life. It's what everyone called me in college. It's what everybody basically called me in high school. It has no tie to my name whatsoever. But I have a nickname that, like, a lot of people think it's my name. It's that ridiculous. One day I'll share that. One day I'll share it.
One of our friends from high school, I went to predominantly Jewish private school. I am not Jewish, but most of the kids there were. Our friend Josh, his nickname was Juice because he was like the only Jewish kid who hung out with like one friend group.
I like that.
I think it passed though. Once he went to Brandeis, there was probably a lot of potential juices there. He had to stick. He became G-fish. Whole lot of juices. Spawn trade cuts legs off Rays. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that a trade cuts the legs off. But you think Brad Miller is going to be overowned?
Do I think Brad Miller is going to be overowned? I'm going to overown Brad Miller. I have more than the field on FanDuel. I'm neutral on DK.
It's okay. You're not buying the narrative that the trade is going to hurt them.
I mean, it's not going to help them.
Sorry, Spencer Singleton bets your nickname is Chubster. I don't know why.
It's not Chubster. No one would ever be like 0% chance of ever guessing it. It's the last name of another person that no one else knows. So,
okay.
You guys won't land on this one, I promise.
I like Chubster though.
I'm not gonna go by Chubster. Fucking assholes.
Where people would think that's your name too is also pretty great.
I was rail thin through high school, so I guess
it
could be like calling a bald guy curly.
You're like a big guy tiny, like Tiny Lister.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chubster. Stanton or JD Martinez on DK? This guy got the sights backwards.
Fuck the chat. JD Martinez for sure for me.
Yeah, I agree with that actually. JD Martinez looks like a better play, but Stanton looks okay though.
Fucking assholes.
You're always been Josh Areno and stick, and instead it's going to be Chubster sticking on the Friday before Memorial Day weekend. What a success.
Spencer. Greatly appreciated.
Chub. Oh, Pickle Drinker. It's not a nickname. Favorite DK pitchers. I think we've already touched on this. We'll go one more time. For me, it's Stripling, and I like what's his face, Sam Gavolia. Fucking, I forgot his name already because I don't actually have him. But I landed on Junior Guerra as being my second.
I guess my answer is Noah Syndergaard.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I couldn't afford him, but I like him. Everybody's dropping in. Yeah, Sam Gaviglio I was intrigued by on DraftKings. And Josh is also very high if we're going super duper cheap on Joe Musgrove. So if you want to go and pay $4,000 for a pitcher who has a shockingly good projection according to Josh, then that's another guy to consider.
Exactly.
Boy, there's now nothing but Chubster references. So that was what Jason Kelly just said. DFS gives him a chub. That's what I was thinking when I was thinking Chubster was not even chubby. Was that it was like your nickname because you had like a semi-solid erection at some point in a public event.
Oh. I thought it was because I was fat. I didn't even get the boner joke at all.
It makes me laugh a lot. It makes me laugh. Eventually I'll stop laughing. Are Boston or the Yankees going to be more popular today?
Boston.
I think I agree.
For
I like the
projections. The answer is Boston.
Okay. Yeah, I was actually refreshing mine right now to see if there are any updates, but
I've got the totals here.
Okay. So yeah, I guess Boston. New York, though, New York is also a solid play.
I wish I had more of the Yankees.
I was all over him before. Like, I like Torres. I like obviously like Stanton. I like Judge a fair amount. Austin again. Gary Sanchez. But again, I really found it hard to get off of the Rockies given their price relative to the total. Washington and the White Sox, that's a tough question to ask to Jay. I was ready to try and tackle it, but I don't know how to express that thought. Wash/White Sox or 3-man call White Sox and 2 1-offs, I guess. Depends on the players.
Both.
Yeah. Oh, see, good. Spencer was going for the boner thing. Okay.
Yeah,
I missed that.
Great.
Are you guys playing that Royals trio that Jake mentioned earlier?
Probably a little bit. I've got a couple lines of Royals.
Oh, yeah, we stopped hyping our thing where we said if somebody wins a GPP of whatever size that they can do 10 minutes on the stream. We should start hyping that more because I feel like that's like a good interaction point.
Brought that up.
That still goes. Nobody's submitted one to us. But, yeah, if you win a tournament above, what did we say it was 50,000 or was it 10,000? I forget how we landed.
Dude, I don't remember shit I did earlier today.
I feel like if you finish first in a tournament over 10,000 entries, then you will be able to get on this live stream. If you are following us and subscribed and all that stuff, and you're a regular watcher, we will put you on this live stream if you win a GPP above 10,000 people. So we'll keep that going. I'll start promoting it more. Did we say Josh is also high? I didn't say that.
You did. You said Josh is also high on, I think, Joe Musgrove.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, not yet.
But soon. It is a big weekend. It is a big weekend to indulge.
Yeah, I got something today that I can indulge in.
Ooh. Are you doing any grilling this weekend to pair with that?
What?
Doing any grilling this weekend to pair with that, with whatever green-based indulgences you put together?
Today was candy. Tomorrow is probably a green indulgence, if I'm lucky, fingers crossed, so they claim. Yeah, I'll probably have a steak Sunday.
That's nice.
Something baller. It's just me. House is empty. Just 2 fucking dogs running back and forth in front of my office door.
Oh, I didn't know you were going solo for Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, every year. I haven't spent a Memorial Day with my wife ever.
Why?
She is in Charlotte right now at the Coca-Cola 600.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, So I have literally never seen my wife Memorial Day weekend. All 9 years that I have known her, she's been there.
What if she turns into like a werewolf every Memorial Day weekend and this is her cover for
it? That's fine. Why would I care? She's not a werewolf when she's with me.
But if you found out and you were like, this is like her one, like she just hid this from you, it's like, yeah, I'm always like, I have to work that event. And instead it's like, oh, she's just like eating people and transform.
She's not working. She's just there to drink and watch the race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a social trip.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Huh. She could be a werewolf, and you're okay with that.
Why wouldn't I be?
Hey, I feel like you'd ask questions. I feel like in a movie.
I'd certainly ask questions. You're like, how many fucking people have you killed?
Are they good people? Or are they bad? I would have a fair amount. I'd have a fair amount of questions.
And then I would eat it like a house pet.
Alan Brock is playing versus Osmo in WNBA using his projections. So that's fun. Good for you. Those are his projections. So you might end up with the same lineup. I need to start playing some WNBA, but the actual NBA is too expensive still.
I hope they tie, and he's just like, what the fuck?
He shuts the website down, and we're all fucked.
When you hear the power go out.
Oh man, nobody's playing Tim Anderson. I'm sure somebody's playing Tim Anderson.
I doubt it. Oh, by the way, we got over 100.
We did. I was wrong about that. You were correct. I'm surprised. Good for you people. I appreciate your guys' fidelity to our live stream, hanging out here.
I think I got people on Christmas when I did it.
Oh, really? Well, but that's different though, because like I feel like Christmas Day you're at home anyway. It's cold. It sucks. Like Memorial Day weekend, like people, at least a lot of people, like go do shit. I'm not, but other people do.
I don't ever do anything. I eat a lot of pizza. Traditional Memorial Day cuisine.
Yeah, of course. That's known to celebrate America as our finest Americanized Italian food.
Yeah, right?
Love or Rozier tonight? I would go Love. Love at home with LeBron. He should be good.
Give me Rozier.
Fuck you. How about that?
It's fair. Man, I looked at my screen where I have like what everybody else sees, and for a second I thought I was on Roto Grinders talking about how to mass multi-enter tournaments.
I've always wondered, would you be more proud or pissed if you knew your info helped someone beat you? It was when I finished in first in that stupid showdown tournament with I had 5 guys tweeting me like screenshots saying like, "Oh, thanks for the article. Like, I really helped." I was like, I felt fine about that. I feel like if it were like $100,000 or something, and it was just me and like one other guy, and I was like, yeah, I really like all these guys. Or if like even the single entry tournaments, when I mentioned my lineup basically to you guys, I'd be a little bummed.
Yeah, like if I were playing heads up for $1 million, no, I don't want my help to help somebody. But if somebody just wins a GPP that I happen to be in, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be great. But
it's not like it kept me from winning. I didn't win.
Yes,
I would be very happy for someone to win a GPP that is like someone that comes here.
Yeah, I agree. And then we would have them on the stream, and it'd be a perfect win-win.
Like, it's my fault for not winning. Like, they had better shit than I did.
Right, but I mean, like, if they used my lineup that I told them on the show.
Yeah, fuck it. That's my own fault.
Yeah. Okay, fair. I would be bummed, but I think it's fair game, obviously. Josh, when will you share your settings on Fantasy Cruncher? Oh, excuse me, on a certain optimizer site that shall remain nameless.
I don't really know what to share. There's barely any settings. Load up 2 stacks and spit out 190 lineups.
Okay. There you go, Sean. Favorite WNBA player of all time?
I don't even know if I can name 5 of them. I don't think I've watched more than 5 minutes of the WNBA, and it's existed in my entire life for 25 years or however long it's been around.
I can say I haven't watched a ton, but I remember Rebecca Lobo being an important part of the New York Liberty. And I remember finding her, I think I was like maybe an early, like prepubescent or around that age. And I remember being like, yeah, she's kind of hot for like a fucking giant girl. And I stand by that.
You're out of your fucking mind. Did you ever see that picture of her and Zach Lowe together?
No, I haven't. I'm sure it's good.
Zach Lowe was at something, maybe like scholar athlete banquet when he was in high school. I think it was high school. And he's got a picture with her and Zach Lowe's like 13 or something.
Oh, that's cute. I'm sure she was fucking towering over him.
Yeah, he's talked about it a couple times. So
I'm pulling it up now. Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, oh, that hair.
Yeah, no, I don't even remember the favorite. I don't have a favorite WNBA player because I've never watched a single game on purpose. The most women's basketball that I've ever watched was I happened to put on whatever game it was this year when the chick from whatever team played really well hit the buzzer beater to, I think, win the title, but it could have been the Final Four. Like, that's how little I remember it, and it happened fucking 2 months ago.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know what you're talking about. So you're doing better than me.
Some chick this year, maybe Notre Dame, but I don't really remember, hit a buzzer beater, and it was really dope.
Oh, okay.
That's all I remember. It might not even have been Notre Dame. Yeah. Elena Delle Donne is fine as fuck. That I agree with, but
I'm trying to think.
She wouldn't like me, so I'm less interested.
I follow one on Instagram who I'm trying to remember the name of. I think it's like Kelsey Plum, I feel like her name is. And yeah, she's pretty. She's
an asshole. Sexy. Did she get drafted by like San Antonio or something like that? But
yes,
she's like a bitch. Or maybe
Oh,
she's
shit,
just
I know
like
she was-
she's just right, and everyone else is an asshole. I don't mean that I know this, but I feel like there was she talked about like not wanting to play for certain teams and like was relatively outspoken. So I mean that in a positive way. She sounded very similar to myself.
Huh. No, I don't remember seeing that she was a bitch. I just remember seeing her get drafted and being like, oh, she's kind of sexy. I'll follow her on Instagram. And I feel like I still follow her. I don't know why. I feel like her and Sue Bird I thought were attractive at various points too.
There's a chick from Tennessee that used to be really hot, but I don't remember what her name is.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't think she went pro. Or if she did, I have no idea.
This might have even been pre that.
I know what you're talking about, though. I do remember that.
I don't. It's not my sport.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, there are reasons to like them more. I'm not on the WNBA league pass train yet, but I might watch them. Once I probably will watch a little bit when WNBA or regular NBA is wrapped up, but we're not there yet.
I don't watch enough of the sports that I do like. So.
Yeah, I do. I watch enough sports where like I could see. Maybe, but the thing is, I don't know that I would invest the degree of time. Like I watch baseball here and there, but WNBA, I can't imagine just chilling out watching. Maybe.
Get me in for like some. I'll watch some softball if Jenny Finch is still pitching, but other than that.
Yes, I mean that is good. I don't think she's pitching anymore though.
I think she's catching.
She's old. Like I think she must be like in her late 30s, right?
Yeah, I would assume. She's relatively close to us, I would guess.
I hope she's. I don't want to Google it right now.
She's a dime still.
Okay, I hope she still looks good. That's what I was going to say.
Oh, she does for sure. I mean, she looks exactly like she did before. At least the last time I saw her.
Okay. Fine. Let's get the answer to this. Is Jenny Finch still attractive? Before
I don't even have to Google that. I just know that it's true. Here's her at a Padres game, looking fucking oh so fine. No, that's the All-Star game.
Oh yeah. Okay. Like I need to put actually.
Oh yeah, she's married to Casey Daigle. That's so funny.
That's right. She was married to somebody.
Yeah, so she's a smoke show for sure.
Yeah, she aged well. Good for you. Good for you, Jenny Finch. Proud of you.
To be fair, why wouldn't she?
True. With all the resources and the fame, that should be enough. All right, now that we solved that question, on that note, we're going to wrap it up. If you're not, if you're not an Osmo Premium member, you should be doing that because you're with us on a Friday Memorial Day weekend, listening to us bullshit. So sign up, join that, hear all the things that we talk about, make your lineups better with all that data we have on there. We may be back on Monday. It depends on the games and how the world breaks. There's a decent possibility, but we may also take off for the holiday just to assert our independence and rebel against our parents. So we'll see how that goes. But if you subscribe to the channel, you'll know for sure when we go live on Monday or don't. So you'll find out. So do that now. Josh, any parting words on this holiday weekend?
Yeah, I forgot we were on the stream still. I was still looking at Jenny Finch's Instagram. So I'm going to go wrap one up so I can clean myself off. Let's go
Classic
Daniel Palka tonight, baby. Woo!
Yeah, that's right. Don't forget our home run picks. The Chubster picked picked Daniel Palka, and I picked Charlie Blackmon. So we both went a couple under the radar guys. Hopefully they pan out. And good luck out there this weekend, and we'll see you guys again soon. Thank you.
Later, guys. Stop talking about Hope Solo.